Welcome back, everyone, to Tater Chimp slash Spudmonk slash Chris slash Steve. My BossBow run. And my BossBow, just trying to take on all the bosses using a crossbow. This one only. Nothing fancy like a level 1 only crossbow. Nothing stupid like that. And you may notice there's a little bit of continuity error from the last episode, and that's because I went to go and take on Havel the Rock and completely forgot what I was doing, much like I almost did there. Not always, but I typically forget which way is forward because I don't like to come this way anymore. I'm a really big fan of sneaking around the Valley of the Drakes and all that to get to Andre from the start and just avoiding the Taurus Demon altogether. Not because the Taurus Demon's difficult, just because I think it's funny. So, this way is forward. It's always reassuring that this game can get you lost. For context, it's been probably about 6 months since I really played this game in depth. I did a little bit of exploration with the crossbow run not too long ago, but I had... Oops. My brother and sister-in-law were both in town, so I wasn't able to really focus too in-depth on it. I was mostly just messing around. Come on, guy. This guy is just busting my balls today, and I don't know what it is. I think usually he comes over here, but there's like a problem with the collisions or something where he's just refusing to. And I don't have poise to poise through his attacks, and I'm trying to use a claymore to kill him. So, there we go. I'll just wait for him to kill himself. Perfect. Yeah, you're gonna see some mess-ups. That is for sure. But I hope, generally speaking, that I get into the groove a little bit quicker rather than slower. And I'm sure as soon as I'm able to upgrade my weapons, then we'll be dealing a lot more damage, so we should be in better shape. And as much as I would love to sequence break past Capra and all that later on, I will need the large ember, so I am just going to have to eventually suck it up and fight him. Using a crossbow. And I think that the crossbow is going to have to count for his dogs. So there's that. And that boar does not have a health bar, so he's able to get the full sword treatment. That's what that means. Pancake. There we go. See, I think this first crossbow, building it up as a fire one might not be a terrible idea, but it does require us to go through the catacombs in order to do so, which is rather tricky. I accidentally switched over to it for some reason. And, you know, there's some times where things are totally my fault. Ow. That was bleeding an awful lot. Yeah, they got a headshot off that one. Man. I must be rustier than I thought. But that kick attack, the forward attack thing to get it to trigger, is not the most precise. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right here, right now. I really think that something that was a little bit more nuanced would have been better for it. Perhaps a button push instead of a smallish combo. But that's just me. Alright, we've got this guy coming up. If I run out of Estus here, I'd be moderately embarrassed, but happens to the best of us, right? Right, sure. Actually, yeah, that could be a pretty real concern. It's so terrible. So there are basically two strategies for the boar. There's the ultra-conservative, where you just try and run him into that fire, which he is refusing to do. Or there's the semi-conservative, where you throw it just beneath you. Oh god. Or where you just don't fight him at all. Let's do that, given today's track record. Can he come down here? I didn't think that he could, but... This is known as me being really, really sloppy. Okay, yes. He cannot come down here. His aggro radius is too small. If we had installed the aggro mod, we'd be in a lot more trouble. But we didn't. Oh god, really? And I died. Holy crap. Well, that's what you get for not being cautious, I guess. I knew that those guys were up there. I knew that the trap should have triggered. I just didn't pay attention. I just didn't pay attention. No one to be mad at but me. Alright, let's do this without losing any Estus. How about that? We'll manage that guy with crossbow or something else and serve our Estus. Yeah, he just doesn't want to come past his little wall. There we go. That was much cleaner. Now let's hope that the rats give us no problems as well. There's one. There's two. There we go. Rats cleared. Whew, what an accomplishment. You killed 3 rats. I know. Not getting too excited over it. There is still a long journey ahead, and if I pull the kind of stuff that I pulled back there when I died, it's going to be even longer. So let's go ahead. Can't get a backstab worth anything either. Alright, so we'll come over here, try and take out this guy as fast as we can, so that way we can deal with this guy. My sword's bigger. Tempted just to say run past the boar, but I don't think that's going to be a legit strategy. So let's draw some aggro. And of course, our stun doesn't last that long. I guess we can just draw him down here. It's not a big deal. Unless his aggro range just isn't that far, in which case it might be. So let's go for the backstab instead. Don't need to pancake him. I was gonna say, probably wait for that guy to shoot before trying to pancake that guy, but it doesn't really make that much difference. That triggers him. Oh yeah, we are so not doing that. 500 bolts later, we finally succeed. Alright, there we go. Now we've got 4 Estus, 2 skulls left. We should be able to get 1 skull right under the bridge without falling off. This is how they mean for you to use these, and it took me a while to figure out. So, you throw it right there. He comes over here like an idiot. 2-hand up. Damn it. Yeah, how it should work is you do a plunging attack. That's all they're trying to get you to do. They're trying to go, remember that time when you killed the Taurus demon? Remember that time when you killed the other guy? Do that again. And I messed it up twice. There we go. That guy runs up there, which I thought I had already taken him out. So that's kind of the source of my confusion. If I was really being cautious, I just would have done that. That's so much safer. Because now, there we go. Now we've got the whole parade. And our souls back. And more Estus. And I don't even need this back here because I think it's just the key to free Lautrec, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway. And pretty soon we'll be able to pump all of our points into endurance and health, which I'm still looking forward to. I don't think this run will be hurting for endurance. Carrying load, probably going to be nice. And then, let's see, I believe that that is another soul item currency, so we'll go ahead, definitely want that. Yeah. Just being careful. Unlike every other time this run, I've already died like 5 times, so... Hooray, we cleared a fog gate, guys, we're doing it. Alright, and this guy... Sneaky, sneaky. He's probably going to turn around when I go to backstab him, but that's alright. Yeah, he went to, but... never got the chance. So we get a sweet shield, which we're not going to use because the heater shield is only 2 pounds. Pancake that guy. Anywhere. Good to know. His health bars are so tiny. I am drawing aggro. Look at all of the aggro I just drew. I feel like that's a wow, such aggro moment. Come on, buddy. There we go. You've got some in you, don't you? Yep, you do. Some poise would really be terrific. Poise and health would just be awesome right here. Or we could do that. Titanite shard. Ooh, Balder shield. Even better. So we'll do one of those. One of those. Should take him out. So I think Balder shield's 4 pounds and 63 stability, so that's a lot more. But double the weight. Does that put us into fat roll? Yeah, it does. So we'd have to get rid of gloves in order to do it. I don't know how I feel about that, but the extra stability might not hurt because it looked like it was a minor problem. So let's go over here, get this stuff, get this guy deadified. Yeah, I knew it was long, but I didn't think it was quite that long. Not quite as long as Long Dick Johnson, unfortunately. Alright, we might be able to aggro one guy out from there, but it's not a big deal if we don't. Got enough for 4 shards, which would be enough for 5 total upgrades after we get 1,000 souls, which would be nice. And double pancake? Double pancake. Don't think we can get that lucky again. Keep going. And it's more if there's a bonfire, like right here, so if I didn't make it, then it'd be a little bit egg on my face. Already had plenty this run. Do not need more. Another headshot, of course. Never realized the extra bleeding from the headshot. It's kind of a little bit gross. Alright. So now, basically what this means is that as soon as I take out the guy up here, that I've got some grinding to do. Might be able to use some of my soul items to get everything set, but I basically want to have my Zweihander upgraded quite a bit, and I want my crossbow to be at +5 for the upcoming gargoyle fight. So, let's see how close we can get to that. And I think that we'll be good. Yeah, 220 bolts should be plenty for taking out the gargoyles. Actually, as long as I'm only using it for bosses, the larger bolts should be fine. So let's purchase item, Titanite shards, and we'll need as many as we can get. And we'll start on the crossbow. So as you can see, there's a large gap in levels 1 and 2, but now we need more. So go back up, get some more souls. I'm probably just going to take out the guys in the parish and then kind of cut back to when I've got +5 on both weapons, because I think the grinding parts are going to be pretty boring. There's going to be a lot of it, by the way. I know that I'm going to need a ton of greens from the leeches, probably about 30 or 40 or so, and a lot of large shards, a lot of normal shards. So it's going to get... it'd be boring to show all 4 hours of grinding that I do in this, so I'm going to try and just stick to forward progress on camera, which I hope people appreciate. And actually, it'd be a good idea to find out the difference that the bolts make as well, because I've never really messed around with that. I always just went with whatever's cheapest and just upgraded it. Alright. So yeah, we'll get this guy over here. And I think that bolting him actually isn't the worst idea in the world. Oh yeah, that's doing not insignificant damage. It's actually pretty darn good at that point. I mean, I know that eventually he gets the chance to heal, but... yeah, that actually is fairly efficient. So this is where he's going to go and heal. So I'm going to Zvi him out of it. You know you want a Fanta. The fool. Pancake. Get another shard, and another shard, and another level. So that should help the crossbow get plus another one. Like this. Alright, and there's that guy up there. I'm going to unlock the shortcut and reinforce my flask before attempting to take on those guys. Because it's interesting! Oh man, I totally should be going to get, actually let's make a little shortcut so I don't forget it later too. What I should be doing as well is picking up the wolf ring, because as long as I don't have the super flippy ring, the dark wood grain ring, it'd be worth it to have the poise. Additional poise would help out a lot in picking that up so I don't forget about it later. And once I have the rusted... oh, right. I'm like, once I have the rusted iron ring, I'll go to the asylum. No, I can go to the asylum and pick that up. Probably after I've taken on the gargoyles, I'll go ahead and do that. And that was dumb. Didn't need to set that there, but get a full heal anyway. Didn't lose too many progress in enemies killed, so not a big deal. Now it actually does give us 10 for this upcoming section, which could be a little bit dicey. And we could go to Andre and reinforce our crossbow one more time to try and help us with the enchanter and all of his minions, but I won't worry about it. Yeah, I think for the bosses I might go for bigger bolts. That thought, it's so stupid, but it never really crossed my mind. And actually, yeah, I'll worry about that one once I get back. I'm thinking I might reinforce the bonfire of this one to plus 10, just to make it clipping through the wall. Because it's one that you pass through quite a bit, so it's really worth it to get that one. The one that's by the dragon, not so much. But the one that's in the parish, definitely worth upgrading. So I'll probably go ahead and do that. And now that we're far away, we'll put ourselves in a position to die. How does that sound? How does that compare to our current? 3.5 pounds, and it's 4.5, and about the same. So, not gonna use it. Alright, now I think you can actually get this guy from this window without his minions coming to help him. And then you just have to bait that attack. So that actually makes this guy incredibly efficient to fight. Now, these guys are still going to be pretty much a massive pain, as always, because they have been buffed. So let's see if I can at least draw some aggro. Doesn't look like I'll be able to. The smallest clip that I can move left. Yeah, it's either going to break the lock on. Maybe from here. Yeah. Okay, and I can take them out in a single shot. So... again, having a crossbow, better than not having a crossbow. Yay! That was super easy. Plus, we've got 3 more shards out of it. Assuming that we live, but there's a really good chance that we live here. No spoilers. And I believe that is also It's either 5 or 800, so that should get us closer as well. Take on this guy. We'll let Lautrec go, but we'll just kill him in Firelink using the super cheesy method. And cake. They are just giving me all of the Baldur stuff, aren't they? It's awful nice of them. That's right, that's not a door. There's a prisoner and a liar? Are they allowed to do that? Yeah, sure, there you go. Where we can come, besties. My BFF Lautrec. You couldn't possibly hurt a fly without a motive. Mostly I just really hate the invasion in Anor Londo and the inconvenience of the bonfire missing. So yeah. He's not going to live for long, but I need better gear before not before I'd feel confident, but before I'd feel like it'd be a cakewalk to do. So could take on the gargoyles at this point. I'm going to go ahead and level up all my weapons before I do so, just to make it so it's a little bit more of a breezy fight. Nice little balmy affair. Although, still thinking, like, would I want to grind it out in the swamp and get a fire crossbow for the gargoyles, which could be fun. It's worth consideration, because fire is going to be relatively efficient against most of the bosses that we're fighting in the start. Let's see. Yay, there's a hollow soldier shield, so I can finally talk about that. I think it's worse than the Baldur. Yeah, has much lower stability, which got nerfed pretty hard in there, but it's a little bit lighter. So, we're fine with sticking with the Baldur. We can actually upgrade it to get better stability as time goes on. I was going to fight the guys in there. Sorry that I keep running around. I was going to fight the guys in here just to get more of their souls. We'll see if we can draw out just one, but I think it's going to be quite the trick to do. Because I think, yeah, it gets both of their attention. So this may be one of those imminent death things, but we'll see. Yeah! Synchronized killing, the new Olympic sport. And this guy, these guys are actually not that bad, because if you can get them into their little dance pose, yeah, that. They can't parry. Oh, they totally can. They can't parry the jumping attacks. Huh. I thought they couldn't parry any kind of significantly strong attacks, but yeah, turns out they totally can. So it does have to be a jumping one. Alright. Today I learned. Oh, that's right, and I never set my spawn back up there. Well, that's good. Because I was pretty sure. Yeah, I just thought it had to be a strong enough attack, but it's just not a jumping one. Alright. That's alright, because all we have to do is take out two of them at the same time, exactly like we did before, and then we'll be good, right? What could possibly go wrong? I have your shield. I'm one of you. Do not run. We are your friends. There we go. Now we should at least be able to pick up the gear. Got another Titanite shard out of it, so it wasn't that much of a waste of time, at least for me. Got my stuff back. Alright, so this attack, they can't block. They cannot parry. Even if they're in auto or Katy parry mode. Cut that out. No healing allowed. Alright. So now that we've cleared all that out, we can head back to our friend Andre, level up our weapons as they are, do a little bit more grinding, and contemplate going to the leeches. 10 to get a plus 10 fiery crossbow. And I would just need to get... Yeah, actually I might do it before the gargoyles. Might be good. Something interesting to do. But let's level up what we've got now. Use one of those. Alright, it was 1,000 it turns out, so even better. So that will allow us to get 6 more shards and a few more levels, so we'll probably fully level our crossbow and start working on our Zwei. And actually we'll probably get the repair box as well. Or not the repair, the weapon box. So that way I can work on it while I'm in the swamp.
Well, I need it.
Well, that would be dumb though. Because I'd still need the shards. Alright. So I think we just need that in order to get our bow to be... Oh, actually, there's a wood. Oh, yep, that was perfect. Okay. So there we go. And then... get those. And reinforce our spy hammer. Oh, it actually needs... I forgot about that. It's one of the ones that needs more souls.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither...
I don't want to go hollow. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mom. Okay, yeah. We got 2 of those, which will get it to 1 more level.
Well, you need...
And actually, because I have 3 shards,
I'll be seeing you there.
I'm going to go with what I originally said I was going to do, and just buy the repair box so I can use the leeches in the swamp as soul fuel to level up that sword, which I think means I'm still low. So let's go ahead and take out this guy, because I know that this guy is a chump. Because he refuses to aggro on you in any significant way until you get a little bit closer. So you can actually just completely cheese him from back here, which I know is super interesting to watch, but it is what it is. Sure, I can get up close and fight him like a man, but I don't want to do that. Look at how big he is. And yep, he just turned a bit. Glad I picked up on that subtle visual cue. Okay, there we go. Yep, that tiny little pillar is all you need to block all of his attacks. Now this is actually good for explanation. This crossbow has this range, and I'm not sure if the lock-on range is affected by the crossbow range at all. But the sniper crossbow has a slightly longer range, which is why it might be a better weapon. The Avalon has a shorter range, but fires 3 shots. Each of the shots deals less damage to compensate, though. And it does use 1 bolt each from the Avalon, so it's going to be expensive to fire. And actually, that gave us just what we needed for the box. So we can get box and either a repair or a shard. Let's see, it would be 2 to get to 2 and 2 to get to 3. So I think we want to do box and shard. So let's purchase an item. Let's get a weaponsmith box and a single shard.
Don't get yourself killed.
Alright. So rest up here. I'm just going to do a quick check of how much time I've got left here. And yeah, actually it's getting pretty close to the half-an-hour mark. So I think that I'm just going to cut it, and I will come back to you guys, and we'll start to head towards the swamp.